Have you started?
Yes, yes. Good evening.
Hello, hi, good evening, Priyanka.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm also good and I'm doing great too. Okay, so we are meeting first time. Would you like to introduce yourself first?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So, actually, I am an engineer by profession. I am currently working as a design engineer. I am from Pakistan, Islamabad. Yeah.
Okay, great. So let me introduce myself also. As you know, I am Priyanka. I am from Gurugram, Haryana, from India, and I have completed my master's. Recently, I cracked UGC NET exam also. And as well as I'm running a YouTube channel. Name is Speak with Priyanka Kataria. Reading books and talking to people. These two are my hobbies. That's all about myself.
Okay, that's great. So, are you working?
No, I'm not working anywhere, but yeah, I'm looking for a job, assistant professor job. So I'm preparing for interview now because my exam, I cracked that exam. So now I have to prepare for interview. So for that, that is why I'm preparing for interview and I'm talking to people because it would be good if I am comfortable with different people, so with strangers. So it will be helpful in my interview also.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's great. Good luck for your interview. You
Yeah.
graduated in which field?
Yeah, I have completed my graduation in English literature.
Okay, okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
Then I did MBA in finance and marketing, and yeah. What
Okay,
about your qualification?
actually, I'm an engineer, mechanical engineer by profession.
Okay. So why are you learning this language? Is there any purpose?
Okay, I guess I actually in COVID I had started this journey. I was teaching few student English, so that time I was planning to make a YouTube channel because lack of time. That time I couldn't start, but now I started since January 2024, like this year. I just started. So I have some knowledge about this language, English, and I wanted to share my knowledge with other people. And in the same way, I wanted to learn some knowledge from other people. So it's just like give and take. That's why I started my channel. I am making some lesson related to English grammar, related to reading, and then related to conversational videos. So yeah, the name of my channel is Guide to English.
Okay. And what about like, are you offering paid course or just free?
Just free because I don't have enough time. In the day, I am also working. Usually, I am free in the evening and on the weekend. So I usually make a session in evening or in the night or usually on the weekends. So these days I don't have enough time. So you can say I'm just doing it for my knowledge and just for my fun.
Okay. So how did you learn? You are speaking good. So how did you learn this language?
Actually, I just started, you can say, in 2016 or 2018. Uh, I that time I started using some application, mobile application for listening and then for practicing with other people. In the COVID, I had few students. I got a chance to all around the world. I got a chance to teach them this course. After teaching them, you can say I got some confidence and some ability to enhance my skills in this language. So yeah, that's all how I did.
Okay. So would you like to tell the name of that free application?
Uh, there was one, the name is Clubhouse, where we have a lot of people, we meet them, and we have rooms, we can talk to them. And especially in the COVID, there was one application, Hello application, that was famous also. So I used that too. So yeah, I guess these two applications were famous that time.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Okay, so like nowadays, what do you do in your free time, or you would you like to share your daily routine?
So usually, whenever I get free time, I try to connect with the people of other places. Like especially, I have lot of friends from India, from your country. So I
Yeah.
use a conversation with them, like a video session with them. But on the weekends or some on other activities, I usually do like reading and then listening some podcast or some other stuff like that. Other than doing these things, I also have a small hobby, gardening, you can say. I usually do that in my free time. So, yeah, that's all what I'm doing right now.
Okay. Yeah. I also love gardening, but nowadays I don't have time for gardening and all. Yeah, but definitely I will do after some time, after getting a good job.
Okay, that's great. So, any other
Okay.
like question that you wanted to ask me so your viewers can know that like my channel name is Guide to English. So, if someone want to learn or someone wants to improve English, they can watch that. I have some grammar lesson, reading lesson, and then conversational videos also.
Yes, yes, definitely. I will mention your channel name, and it would be good for my learner also. They can watch your video and they can learn from your videos also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
meanwhile, I have also given the link of my ID. So someone, if someone wants to connect with me, I can have a session with him or her. I'm not like you can say costing anything. I can just doing it. You can say free of cost.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I have one more question. Like some people are struggling with vocabulary. They don't have exact, like they don't have like when they speak, so exact word don't come to their mind. So what would they do for enhancing their vocabulary?
Okay, I would say there are a lot of ways these days, especially when you were kid or when I was kid. That time we only have a book and we have a teacher in our classroom. We who used to teach us some lesson, and we only can learn things from the books. But these days we have lot of applications available, and we have some online stuff on the web pages we can watch that. But for vocabulary, I would suggest like if someone wants to have a good vocabulary, don't try to remember the words that how that's we were using in the past. We were just doing it, memorizing the word maybe 10 times, 50 times, and then repeating that word again and again. So it doesn't work. I would suggest if someone wants to improve the vocabulary, they can have some visualization, image capturing, something like that. So let's say you want to learn any new word, try to remember that word in your mind, not that word in your mind, try to remember the image of that word in your mind. So I would say image capturing technique or these kind of things that would be really helpful if someone wants to improve English vocabulary.
Okay, image capturing technique. It's new for me. I also don't know about this. So would you like to explain about little more?
Okay, so it's just like if you have one word, like maybe one thing you can say bark. We have a bark, right? That is, we say like bark is a dog are barking, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we also have a bark that is the skin of the trees, right? If you remember the trees in your mind, you know the image, how the barks look like, the outer layer of the tree. So you can remember that word bark like this, that bark is basically related to the tree. So try to
Mm.
remember the words using some images. So if we remember that using this methodology, I would say it's a lot easier and much more, uh, you can say, convenient to remember that in your mind rather than just remembering the words.
Yeah, so we have to make a sentence to using that word.
Yeah, that can
Mm.
also be helpful if you want to make a sentence for that. But if you remember the image of that thing, then it will keep you, like you usually know the people by their appearance, right? Let's say you have one friend, you will only remember her face, like how her face look like. You will not remember her name. But suddenly, if her face come in front of you, you can remember her name. So
Mm.
better, like we humans, we usually are more, you can say, attractive, or we usually have more sense of getting the knowledge, like if we have in forms of images. So if you can remember the things in the images, that would be a lot easier.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. We'll try to do this technique also. I also want to enhance my vocabulary. And I took session clapping more than 1,000 sessions. So still sometime I feel I need more vocabulary, I need more improvement, but it's a long journey. So yeah, I'm satisfied with with my progress because I have been learning this language since July. It's been 6 to 7 months only.
Okay, that's great. So Clappingo is a free, you can say, platform, or do you have to pay for that?
No, Clappingo is very expensive. It's same as Cambly application. Do you know about Cambly?
Yeah, I know Cambly.
Yeah, so it is same as Cambly. There is one-on-one conversation sessions. So I took more than 1,000 sessions there, and I already took more than 500 sessions with my co-learners within a 6 or 7 months. So I am very desperate about this language, so that is why I'm doing. Whenever someone asking me to have a conversation, I always try to connect with that person.
Okay, that's great. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
if you have any question for me, you can ask. Otherwise, we can wrap up this session.
Okay, so I have one more last question. What would you suggest for beginner? Is speaking is important or listening or reading?
I would say listening is important. Like, let's say we have a small kid in our house. He cannot even speak, but he used to listen to his parents or his mother, his grandparents, all the people around him or her. So usually when we try to listen something, we usually try to copy that and we try to imitate that. So if someone wants to start you learning this language, it's better to start listening. And
Mm.
once you start listening, you can uh, copy and imitate those words, sentences in your mind, and then at the end, you can start speaking. So for me, I would say listening is more important. Listening would be on the first, on the second would you can say the speaking, and on the third you can do the reading.
Yeah. So if there is no one like at home with whom we can speak, so what we should do that in that situation?
You are saying like you don't have any friend in with you, or maybe your uh, any person
Hmm.
around you can speak that this language, right?
Yeah.
Like we Asian people, we usually use Hindi or Urdu in our homes
Hmm.
and in our schools, but English we don't usually speak. So in the past, like when you were kid or when I was a kid, that time we had issue, but now these days we have lot of applications, as I mentioned earlier. So we can create a virtual environment We can
Hmm.
find a co-learner around the world, and we can have an interaction and conversation with him or her. So I guess that would be a better option.
Yes, we should try to create our environment.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, so it was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much for these tips, and definitely it would be good for my learners also. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. It was really amazing and nice conversation with you. I hope to meet you again.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.